Alright guys, here's the somewhat updated video of the waste oil burner. Not much has really changed with it. You can see there on the side where I just have have the hole plugged off where I had put the pressure type burner in there. Actually sprays oil. I'm still experimenting with that, so for now I just have that hole plugged off. The only thing really different that I did is I used to have, if you've watched the other video, I used to have this piece of angle iron stuck down in that slot, and the oil would drip down this chute into the center of the pan. It more or less just ran into the pan though, it actually didn't drip. So what I did is I just ran the line right in through one of these air holes, and it helps to preheat the oil is what it does. I mean, the line sticks in a little ways into the flame, and also the oil drips down through the flame and then hits the really hot bottom and boils and lights and makes heat. So that's really the only difference. This washer sticking out of here is just to put a gap in the pot to allow a little more air right now. I'm still using my temporary setup with it's a real thin chintzy pot held on with vice grips for now. One of these days, probably when it gets warmer out, I'm gonna find a brake drum of the appropriate size and weld the hole shut and use that. That way it's a heavier duty pot on the bottom, and then I can put little rails or something along the bottom down here on each side to like slide the drum in and out to do the cleaning and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to light this up. Basically it's going to need cleaned first. It's been burned several times now. So I'll set my camera on my tripod and walk you through the very quick cleaning process and light it up, kind of like I did in the other video, but this time it should be a little more clear and in high definition even. So I guess I'll zoom in a little bit. Actually, no, I won't, not yet. Not till I get it cleaned. Find a pair of gloves here and go to town. Because this stuff will turn your fingers black. This is the bucket I've been dumping the excess ash into. Take off the 4 pairs of vice grips. There's really not that much in there right now. Not much at all, really. That's it. Put that back. That's all there is to cleaning it. And if I remember, yeah, all this is an old oil bottle, oil container that I have kerosene in. It's actually empty right now, so I gotta refill it quick. It's what I use to light it to get a little bit of heat first, so the oil ignites. Something else I've been doing to help reduce the amount of ash is I take a propane torch and I heat up the bottom. I heat the bottom a little bit, I light the kerosene, and then I set the torch underneath it to keep the bottom hot so when the oil hits it, it still boils immediately. Try to judge how many squirts I put in there. It just now finally started squirting. So there's about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you can see, probably can see that. It's not a whole heck of a lot that it puts out each time, so roughly 10 squirts. And then take the gloves off and get out my dial calipers, or digital calipers in this case. This is the only semi-accurate way I have of metering how far open this valve actually is, because it's just a regular ball valve and it has a real small area of adjustment basically. Move it just a little bit and it's all the way open, and a little bit less and it's shut and we don't have any flow. So I just measure the gap in between the stop, usually about 180 thousandths is enough flow to get it going when it's cold, because it flows slower. So there's 180, and at this point you don't want to screw around too much. You don't really want the oil to start coming down in there right away. It takes a little while to drain down in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat the bottom, light the kerosene, then set the torch back underneath it to maintain the red hot air. Sometimes it does it. Sometimes when the kerosene is burning, it burns too violently, doesn't get enough air, and it starts to suck air from different places, I guess, and the flame does some crazy stuff and fires out of the holes and stuff, but it sucks it back up in. So now we actually got oil flowing already. Keep that torch on there so it burns instantly. Really helps reduce the ash. Also, what I've been doing, since I have this chute, since this chute's no longer in the way, I can see right down in there. I can see how much oil is going in. I can see if there's an excess amount. And I can also I just took a oxyacetylene welding rod, bent it in half, twisted it together. I use that as a poker. You stick it down in there once in a while and jar the ash around. It makes it a lot easier to get it out of the pan when you have to clean it. So, she's burning, without a doubt. Get this off the stand here for you. Get you some close-ups. I don't know if you get this tripod adapter off the bottom. I can't hold it with that stupid thing on there. Just give me a second. See, I got the blowtorch underneath. Can't see the area that's red hot, but that pan, little pot is so thin, that little blowtorch makes it glow bright red really quick. And I doubt the camera will focus. No, it's just going to be a blur down in there. But if you were here in person, you can actually see your eyes focus better than the camera, apparently. You can see down in there, and you can see how much oil is going in. You can see if there's ash building up. You can actually see the oil puddle bubbling and boiling. But right here you can, in the camera anyway. It's actually slightly warmer outside today than it's been. I think it's already 50 degrees in here. And I haven't had this thing littered all today, so yeah, it was like 60 degrees yesterday. And there's still snow on the ground outside. Stupid weather. Anyway, yeah, it's burning. All this other stuff, it's mostly just stuff that doesn't need to be sitting around here. Some scrap steel and a fan for when it gets going really good. You can see how much paint's burn off of it. That area actually, if I would let it open at that 180 thousandths, all that glows bright red, and all that area glows bright red. And it would wrap around this side further, but the fan keeps it a little cooler on that side, so yeah, it's pretty amazing that just that little bit of oil trickling in there can make it that hot. But, oh, excuse me. Yeah, the whole tank, well, the part where the paint's burn off, that all glows red if you let it go, which I believe is a little too hot, so I always turn it back if I see it doing that. I don't want to set my chimney on fire or anything, so as far as the overall view, I'm back up quite a ways here. That's pretty much it. It's got 3 little legs welded onto it, more or less just tack welded. And you can see I just dumped some more waste oil in there that I got from a guy. I just brought some over a little bit ago. I just dumped it straight in. Didn't really worry about it. Let's see if I can get this out of here without making too much of a mess. It's been in there a while. Just sit right there for now. I used to have a paint strainer in there, but that takes quite a while for the oil to drain through, so I just used a wire mesh screen. And it's a little more than half full right now, so that'll last, I don't know, several hours. I'm not sure. It just depends how long I let it burn at this rate to get it warmed up. And I should do another flow rate test. I may, not flow rate, burn rate. What would you call that? I don't know. Anyway. It's making a lot of heat already. I'm not going to get out my infrared thermometer this time, but what I have to do to make this thing probably 10 times more efficient is double the amount of baffling I have. The only thing that's in it is this steel plate right here, which I just simply cut a slot, stuck it all the way in through till it touched the other side, and welded it in. That's all I did. And actually, if I'd take this plug out right now and look in, you can see that plate from the heat. It just drooped down. It's actually laying on top of that pipe that goes up in there. It's just laying right on top of it, so it directs all the heat out towards the front side of it. Obviously, you can see that because that side's burnt. The back side's not burnt at all. So, what I want to do is ultimately get some, I guess exhaust piping would work just fine. Drill holes in this side and drill holes in this side, run the pipes straight through, and then weld on the sides of the tank so it's sealed off so you don't get any fumes. And the flames going up would lick up around the pipes, and then of course my fan blowing through the pipes would blow hot air out. Kind of like a forced air system. But that would make this thing so much more efficient, because even with that one baffle, I'm sure there's so much heat that gets lost out the chimney. But yeah, well, we can turn this torch off now. It's burning. Probably actually forgot about it. It didn't even have to be on there quite that long. But yep, that's all there is to lighting it, cleaning it. It's a nice, almost a white flame inside there. Here's my various chains for some artwork I've been making. That's that purple one's actually a timing chain. It was degreased in an ultrasonic cleaner, and then I dried it off in an oven at like 400 degrees. It actually turned it kind of a cool color of purple. So yeah, there's my other projects going right now. But yep, that's the waste oil heater. Hope I got enough of a view of it for you. Give you one more shot of the whole thing. That's just my bucket for ashes. That's just a bucket for that thing to drip in. And that whole contraption is just the storage tank and the on and off valve for the flow. Got a little piece of flexible hose there. Got a little hanger made out of welding rod as well to help support it. And it just goes right into the hole. You can see that little hole I drilled right there. I was trying to put it in through there at first to make it higher, but it didn't work out. I couldn't. There's actually holes above those holes, like 4 of them. There's 4 holes above all these little holes. So I tried to shoot it in through one of them, and it just wasn't working out. It wasn't the right height, and it just wasn't working. So I just put it in through one of them, and that turns out it works just fine like that. So, yep, if you have any questions, let me know. One of these days I'm going to toy around more with that, which is the siphon feed burner. That wasn't working out. It was working great at first. Then I don't know, I think the tip got dirty or plugged up or something, but I haven't had time to mess with it. So right now we're back to what we know works. So if you have any questions, let me know. I gotta get to work on some other stuff. See ya.